This first video clip is going to deal with debits and credits. I'd like to refer you to the figure 1 on page 33 in your textbook. If you look at that figure, you will see that many transactions have been recorded into the cash account, both receipts of cash and payments of cash, all in the same column. If the boss comes up and asks you how much cash has been paid out for a particular month, or how much cash has been brought in, you would need to go through that list and pull out all the pluses or all the minuses, and it would be very easy to miss one. It would be more efficient if you set up your cash account with 2 columns. So what we're going to do is take the money that is in the 1 column and transfer it to 2 columns. Looking at the cash account figure, you see that the first amount, $70,000, is a plus, so we're going to put that on the left-hand side of cash. The next transaction is a minus, $43,000. We will put that on the right-hand side of the cash account. We have a $2,000 minus. We have a $3,520 plus, $900 on the minus side, $360 on the minus, an additional $2,000 minus, $160 minus, $400 minus, $1,400 minus, $600 minus, $850 plus, $2,700 plus, and $3,000 minus. To get the total of all the cash that has been received, all we have to do is add up the figures on the left-hand side, and we get a total of $77,070. If the boss asks you how much money has been paid out, we add up all the money on the right-hand side, and we get a total of $53,820. To determine the balance, we take the $77,070 minus the $53,820, and we come up with our balance of $23,250. This is a much more efficient way of determining your balance than when you put it all in one long column. To continue with this, we would need to set up 2 columns for every type of account that you have in your accounting equation. If you remember, your accounting equation says assets equal liabilities plus owner's equity plus revenue minus expenses. When we start determining which side of each account will be the plus and which side will be the minus, it is determined by the placement within the accounting equation. With the cash account, we put the pluses on the left and the minuses on the right. All asset accounts will have their plus on the left and the minus on the right because assets appear to the left of the equal sign in the accounting equation. If you look at liabilities and owner's equity, they appear to the right of the equal sign in the accounting equation. Therefore, their right-hand column is going to be their plus, and the left-hand column will be the minus. When you start looking at the columns, the left-hand column will always be called the debit. And the right-hand column will always be called the credit. If you look at accounts that are classified as assets, in addition to the cash account, you have accounts such as supplies, prepaid insurance, and accounts receivable. Because they're classified as assets, they will have their plus on the left-hand side and the minus on the right-hand side. Examples of liability accounts would be accounts payable. Accounts payable will have its plus on the right and its minus on the left. Examples of owner's equity accounts would be the owner's capital. It will have the plus on the right and the minus on the left. The two other accounts that are in the accounting equation, revenue and expenses. Revenue is money that is brought in from the sale of your services or product, and revenue is actually a sub-account of owner's equity. But instead of putting it directly into owner's equity, we are going to pull it out into its own separate account. Revenue will increase on the right and decrease on the left, because if I was putting revenue into the owner's equity account, it would be an increase to owner's equity. An example of a revenue account would be sales. Sales will increase on the right and decrease on the left. The other account, expenses, money that you pay out to cover things like rent, repairs, and salaries. Expenses are actually a decrease in owner's equity. If I kept them in the owner's equity account, they would appear on the debit side of owner's equity. So when I pull them out into their own account, they are going to be the opposite of revenue. The increase is going to be on the debit side, and the decrease is going to be on the credit side. Examples would be rent, which will increase on the debit side, and repairs, which will increase on the debit side.